just that verse. Let's look at this verse here. So this is the one that people refer to. It's Ephesians 4:26. When you are angry, do not sin. It does say that, but that's not even the whole verse. We have successfully memorized one half of a verse. Here's what the rest of the verse says if you keep going with it. But no one wants to remember this part. When you're angry, do not sin, comma, and be sure to stop being angry by the end of the day. It's supposed to get rid of it. There is no, and this was what was shocking to me when I was looking in the Bible, like, how long are we supposed to stay righteously angry? Like 3 weeks, a month, forever? When does that retire? When someone apologizes? Like, when do I get to let this go? We're supposed to let it go now, like as quickly as possible. There is no righteous anger in the Bible for humans. It doesn't exist. I thought it had to be in there somewhere. It doesn't. The Bible's very consistent about this, but what we do, unfortunately, is try to justify our anger and conflate it with God's anger. Because God's anger is righteous. There is righteous anger in the Bible. It's just God's. So when people are saying, oh yeah, but didn't Jesus go in the temple? Didn't he get angry? Yes, he did. Yes, he did. My friend Sherry has a saying, though. She says, honey, you're not Jesus in that story. You're the money changers. It's true. I even illustrated it beautifully back here. It's true. He's sinless. We're not. Like, that changes everything. He's entitled to vengeance, too, because he's God. He can be trusted with it. We can't. There's never a point in the Bible where it says it's good for humans to hang on to anger, ever. What we're supposed to do is something very different, very radical, very countercultural. We're supposed to forgive people. That's it. And you can't say, I'm forgiving you, but I'm staying angry. It doesn't make any sense. This is the very essence of forgiveness, is actually saying, I'm giving up my right to anger. You can do this whether people have apologized or not. In fact, you have to, or it'll kill you. We'll talk more about that in a later session, about just the physiological effects of believing in righteous anger, that we should stay angry. It's a mistake. This is actually, I think too, when we actually practice this, like, I have to forgive everybody every day I encounter with. I know people are going to let me down. I know people are going to be what they are, but I have to decide at the beginning of the day, I'm going to practice a lifestyle of forgiveness. This is what I'm going to do. It changes everything. And you know what it does? It forces you every day to realize how good God has been to you and to me, to actually let this stuff go. Fascinating thing that we do with this, though, we justify our anger however we can. Look at this verse again. When you're angry, do not sin, and be sure to stop being angry by the end of the day. So get rid of it before the end of the day. This is the Message version of it. I actually like the Message, generally speaking, version, but Eugene Peterson does this with this verse. He translates it, go ahead and be angry. You do well to be angry, but don't use your anger as fuel for revenge. These things don't match. Like, this is how we normally think of it. Like, you can say, no, be angry, just don't X or Y. Like, but that's not what the Bible actually says. It tells us to get rid of our anger over and over and over by the end of the day. And anger is always in the list. Have you noticed? It's always in the list of bad stuff. It's like bitterness, anger, that sort of stuff. It's never like in the fruit of the Spirit. You think people have elevated almost to that level. They think it's love, joy, peace, anger, goodness, faith, like whatever. No, it's not. So here's another thing too, because some people will be like, are you telling me this can't be right? Are you telling me my anger can't be in the service of producing like God's righteousness in the world? Like, I'm not telling you that. But James 1:20 is telling you that. Point blank. Point blank. And we still are like, no, the world needs me to be angry. No, the world needs you to take action, not get angry. Your anger doesn't do anybody any good. In fact, it clouds your judgment. What we actually need are people who actually do things, motivated not by anger, but by love. You can defend the vulnerable. You can defend the innocent out of love. We'll talk more about how to handle injustice and where anger fits into that, and forgiveness in another context a little bit later on. Here's another mistake that we can make too. We can say, oh, okay, so I'm supposed to forgive everybody. So does that mean I should stay? Are you saying I should stay in an abusive relationship, or I have to be friends with everybody no matter what they do to me? Like, no, I'm not. No. Actually, you know what? Forgiveness allows you to leave that relationship. Because if you don't forgive somebody,